Hi, hello, welcome back to PEEKABOOGAMERS. நான் KP. So, yes, ஒரே நிமிஷம் guys, I'll be back. ஒரு சின்ன விஷயத்தை மறந்துட்ட பண்றதுக்கு I'll be back. Yes, I'm back. Light on பண்ண மறந்துட்டேன் guys. Okay, yes. All right. இன்ட்ரோக்குள்ள போயிடலாம். Hi guys, welcome back to PEEKABOOGAMERS. நான் KP. எல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கிறீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ எஸ், இன்னைக்கு லைவ் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா God of War ஆட போகிறோம். God of War 3. நேற்று லைவில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஜூஸை போட்டு தாக்கியிருந்தோம். ஜூஸ் நம்மளை போட்டு தாக்கியிருந்தான். ஸோ அதை இன்னைக்கு முடிச்சுட்டு வேறு கேம் மூவ் ஆகலான்னு பார்த்துக்கிறேன். ஸோ அதுக்கு தான் யாருனா பார்த்துருந்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு லைக், ஒரு சப்ஸ்கிரைப், ஒரு ஷேர் எதுனா ஒன்று பண்ணுங்க, சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க. நீங்கள் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா சேனல் பில்ட் ஆகிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். ஸோ நீங்கள் உங்கள் சப்போர்ட் இல்லாமல் ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் சப்போர்ட் கைஸ், சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் நல்லாயிருக்கும். எஸ், டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ண வேணாம், கேம் உள்ள போயிடலாம். அண்ட் எல்லாம் சாப்பிட்டுக்கேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நானும் சாப்பிட்டு இப்போ தான் வந்தேன். இந்த லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமு ஓகே, லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீம் உள்ள வந்தாச்சு. உள்ள கேம் உள்ள போயிடலாம். கிரேட்டோஸும் ஜூஸும் சண்டை போட்டுக்கிறாங்க இப்போது. அதை முடிச்சிட்டானா நெக்ஸ்ட்டு கிளம்பலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் வேலையை பார்க்கலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் வேலையை பார்க்கறது கூட நெக்ஸ்ட்டு உங்களுக்கு எந்த ஐடியா இருந்தால் சொல்லுங்கள் கைஸ். கமெண்ட்டில் யாருனா பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தீங்களா, உங்களுக்கு எதனா வேறு கேம் இருந்தால் ஆனா கமெண்ட்டில் சொல்லுங்கள். அண்டு நான் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்க்குறேன். ஒரு தம்பி வந்திருந்தார் நேற்று லைவில். மிஸ்ஸஸ் கேபி ஆடிங்கும் போது தம்பி கேட்டிருந்தார் என்ன. ஸோ அந்த தம்பிக்கு ஒரு ஆய் சொல்லிட்டு எஸ், அவரும் கொஞ்சம் கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் சஜஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. ஸோ அந்த கேம் ஆடலாம். சைலண்ட் ஹில் ரொம்ப ஹாரர் கேம் தான் நல்லா போகுதுன்னு நீங்கள். ஸோ ஹாரர் கேம் எல்லாம் ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். என்கிட்ட இருக்கிறது இப்போதுக்கு ஆடுறேன். இன்னும் வேணும்னா கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் போக பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணி ஆடுறேன் எல்லாத்தையும். ஓகே ஃபைன் கைஸ், உள்ள போகலாம். லோட் கேம். ஆட்டோ சேவ் பண்ணி லோட் பண்ணலாம். பாடி சம்மர் ஐட்டாக வேக்காடு. ஃபேன் போடலான்னா ஃபேன் போட்டால் அது மாதிரி சவுண்ட் கேட்காது. உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஃபேன் பேக்ரவுண்ட் சவுண்டில் கேட்டுனே இருக்கும். வந்துட்டா எங்கே பாருங்க, இல்லை தான் விட்டா நேற்று. என்ன அடிக்கிறான் ஜூஸு, அப்பா சாமி. அச்சு நாக் அவுட் பண்ணுறான் நம்மள. அடியாச்சு எல்லாம் நாக் அவுட் பண்ணுறான் நம்மள. இவனை அடிக்காமல் விடக்கூடாது நீங்கள். ஃபஸ்ட்டு போனி சரியான அடிக்கிறாங்கன்னா நம்மள. சின்ன கட் பண்ணுறாங்க கைஸ் நம்மள என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னே தெரியல இவங்ககிட்ட. நானும் என்னென்னவோ பண்ணி பார்க்குறேன். நாக் அவுட் பண்ணிடுறேன். ஆமாம் செக்கே பண்ணலாம், நான் லைவ் கரெக்டாக வந்துங்கிறா இல்லையான்ட்டு. ஒரு நிமிஷம் கைஸ் பார்த்துக்கிறேன். சின்ன கட் பண்ணுறாங்க கைஸ் நம்மள என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னே தெரியல இவங்ககிட்ட. நானும் என்னென்னவோ பக்கம் வந்துங்குது. இல்லை சார் இதெல்லாம் அப்கிரேட் பண்ணின்னு வந்து மைக்கு நம்ம வந்து குத்து 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 போடு போட்டு இவனை ட்ரையாங்கிள். இதுக்கு மேலே தான் வெறி கொண்டு ஆடுவான் இவன். தலை விரிச்சு ஆடுவான் இப்போ தான். ஐயோ ட்ரையாங்கிள்
and Pandora will live.
தலை வச்சு ஆடுவாங்க. ஐயோ அச்சா அச்சா ஐயோ 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 மாட்டினா சொத்த ஐயோ சைட் பண்ணி அடிக்கிறாங்க நம்மள வேறு என்ன அப்கிரேட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க இதுனா இது பிளாசா பேடி இது அப்கிரேட் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாமா வேணாம் நினைக்கிறேன் என்ன அடி அடிக்கிறாங்க Shit, man. சைக் ஆகுது கைஸ். ஜூல ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்குமாண்ணா. ஒருவேளை நான் வீக்காக வந்துட்டனோ.
Olympus will prevail.
வீக்காகுது எனக்கு இப்போ. என்னடா பண்ணுறதுன்னு யோசிச்சுக்கிறேன். இதை வச்சு அடிக்கலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன். என்ன சொல்கிறேங்க? பிளேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் எக்ஸைல். Sakalo. Tension avane na.
Pandora will live.
Lá no número pakai. Kutu, udah salah udah dulu naro, salah, sangat funny, dulu naro dia tu. Pandora, what money? Ayo.
Pandora, no! Stop her, Kratos! Do not let her into the flame!
This is what I am meant to do! You
Yeah.
know that!
Carry
Please!
on.
Hush!
Kratos, you know this is the only way!
Don't listen to her, Kratos. For once in your pathetic life, don't fail. Don't fail her like you failed your family.
Saya parah, kalian kalau susu. Acı.
Pandora!
Pandora செத்துச்சு. Pandora தான் அந்த பாக்ஸுக்கு கீ.
Power to kill a god.
ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது. ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை.
Empty! After all you have sought, after all you have sacrificed, it ends in another stunning failure.
கோவம் பட்டுதான். Pandora பாக்ஸ் எம்டியாக தான் இருக்குது. சைட் பண்ணிட்டான் நம்மள. ஃபஸ்ட்டு அப்கிரேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் இருக்கும். அது அப்கிரேட் ப்ரீமியமில் அப்கிரேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். யூஸ் ஆகுது. Okay. Okay. Alright, full இதான் இமெயில் வேணும் அப்டேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் நல்லா போக முடியாதா சேவ் பண்ணிக்கலாங்க சேவ் பண்ணிக்கினா தான் நல்லா தான் இருக்கும் ஒரு சைடில் எங்கேயும் எங்கடா இருக்கிற ஜூஸு ஆடா ஜூஸு ஜூஸ் எங்கேயும் ஓடிட்டான் கைஸ் ஓ எங்கடா
Such chaos. I will have much to do after I kill you.
Face me, father. It is time to end this.
Yes, my son. It is time.
Oh, நான் எப்படி அடிக்கிறான் காயா வருதா அது செத்துட்டானே ஏய் 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 ஏனா பண்றீங்க
The reign of Olympus ends now.
Gaia! You live?
My world, it bleeds because of you. I never sought your deaths, Father. Yet
Titan
you
in
left me no choice.
Your pawn has failed you, Gaia. Perhaps you should have chosen the other one.
Enough! Father and son will die together.
என்னப்பா காயாவில் போட்டாங்களா சம்திங் பண்ணுறாங்க ஐயோ ரிப்போர்ட் பண்ணலாம் நான் சைகாய்ச்சி கைஸ் சாரமான சரியா இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் ஆகும்னா தான் அதனால தான் சேவ் பண்ணி வச்சுக்காரு. திருப்பியுமா
The reign of Olympus ends now.
Gaia! You live!
My world, it bleeds because of you. I never sought your death, Spartan. Yet you have left me no choice.
Your pawn has failed you, Gaia. Perhaps you should have chosen the other one.
Enough!
Enough!
Father
Father
and
and
son
son
will
will
die
die.
together.
என்னடா இது? ஏன் இதுல போட்டு வச்சுது? இதுக்கு ஏற்கனவே புத்தி இல்லை இது. அவன் ஜூஸ் அவன் வாயில் போனான் சும்மா இருக்கும். Seperti Gaia. Gaia ke Jaya. அவுட்டு இதான் போயிடுச்சு. கத்து இப்போ கத்து நல்லா கத்து. ஆமா போதா போதாடி போதாயா வாங்கிக்க. ஜூஸு
I'll put an end to this chaos.
अरे यार तो फारेस्ट कराना है ஐயோ என்னப்பா இது உப்பிக்கிறாங்க ஐயோ என்னடா அடி அடிக்கிறானுங்க என்னை போட்டு க்ளோனெல்லாம் வரானுங்க
I'll put an end to this chaos.
லைஃப் இருக்கிறாங்க ஆனால் போட்டு தடுக்கின நினைக்கிறேன்
I'll put an end to this chaos.
எத்தனை மரம் போகிறேன் ஃபைட்டாக இருக்கும் யூஸ் பண்ணுறது. குத்து குத்து வேணும், அப்படியே குத்தவணும், சாவடி வேணும், சாவடி வேணும். எக்ஸு, ட்ரையாங்கிள், பாக்ஸு, போடுறா போடுறா என்ன விட விட எனக்கு விடக்கூடாது கை விடக்கூடாது. ஐயோ பாக்ஸு, ட்ரையாங்கிள், ட்ரையாங்கிள் ஓடி வேணும். பக்கத்தில் வந்துட்டோம். ஆமே ஆமே முடு தள்ளு 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 போட்டு 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 சாவிடம். சங்கி சங்கி ஃபாதர் செத்தான் ஜூஸ். காயாவோட செத். ஜூஸ் செத்துட்டுக்கிறான் பாருங்க, தொங்கினுக்கிறான். நவாக்குதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நினச்சேன் நினச்சேன் ஐயோ ஒன்றுமே இல்லாமல் அனுப்புறான்லண்ணா. எல்லா வெப்பனும் கீழே வந்துச்சு. ஐயோ நல்லா கம்மி பண்ணிட்டான். எல்லாத்தையும் போட்டு தள்ளிட்டானே.
Nothing but darkness lies ahead, Kratos.
ஐயோ இப்போ ஏதோ பண்ணுமா? ஓ ஐயோ பழைய ஞாபகம் வருதா? எங்கே போகணும்? டார்க்னஸ்ன்றான். ரத்தமாக போகுது. எங்கே போகுது இந்த ரத்தம்? ஓ ஐயோ ஓ மை காட், ஓ மை காட்.
What's happening outside? The people, the fires.
Shh. Stay close, Calliope.
Mother,
Calliope.
I'm scared. Are they coming to get us?
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டாட்டர் ஜூஸ் இதோ கிரேட்டோஸ்க்கு.
Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
Daddy? Kratos! No! No, Mother, no!
My wife. My child.
ஐயோ
How? They were left in Sparta. Ares!
ஜூஸ் என்னவோ பண்ணுறான் நம்மளை வச்சு. நம்மளை கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணுறான். நம்மளை எங்கே போகிறது என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னு தெரியாமல் இருக்கிறோம் இல்லையா?
Kratos! Come. I can show you the way.
காமிச்சு விடுமா?
Hurry! I can help Kratos!
யாரு?
Kratos, in the darkness, the fires of hope will set us free.
Oh, fires of hope. Fires of hope, huh? Pandora தான் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுச்சு நம்மளுக்கு இப்போ.
You can see the light. It is changing you. It is time to lay your fears to rest. The light reveals the truth. The power of forgiveness comes from
The
within.
thing.
To be forgiven, you must find the power to forgive yourself.
To. No.
This way!
Pandora தான் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிருங்க நம்மளுக்கு இப்போ. ஐயோ யார் அது? அத்தினாவா?
Athena! No!
அத்தீனா கிட்ட திரும்பி வரணுமா? வரா அத்தீனா, உனக்கோசரம் வரா அத்தீனா நான்.
Kratos, fear drove Zeus to kill his father Kronos. The same fear that brought the Great War. A fear that drove Zeus to kill you, his own son. Zeus uses fear to keep you in the dark. Confront your demons and lay them to rest.
Over here, Kratos!
வந்துட்ட பண்டோரா.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is... Do you remember that day, Spartan?
Good luck with that little whore you call Pandora.
You cannot change your destiny, mortal.
I gave you everything. Please, don't do it, Spartan. Die, Spartan.
Today you may defeat me, but in the end, Kratos, in the end, you'll betray only yourself.
Come, I can show you the way.
괜찮아, Zeus.
Rumble in fear.
Kratos! Ah! Over here, Kratos!
Hush!
Hurry, Kratos!
வரமா.
Please. I need you to free me.
Listen to Kratos. Once in your pathetic life, don't fail. Don't fail her like you failed your family.
It's all right, Kratos.
ஓ பண்டோரா பாக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோமா?
Kratos, you know this is the only way. As the fear in the gods rose, mine was replaced by hope.
Power to kill
Get
God.
the car.
Hope is what makes us strong. It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
Power on the cheek. திருப்பி ஏச்சிட்டான். Blades of Exile. Oh. குத்து சாவடி அவன். தலைவன் பிளேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் எக்ஸைலே எடுக்கல, வெறும் கையிலே போச்சாவடிக்கிறான். என்ன அடி அந்த மாதிரி அடி. கொத்து சாவடாச்சு. தலைவன் அவனை அடி பாருங்க, தெரிக்குது ரத்தம், தெரிக்குது ரத்தம் பறகுது பாத்தீங்களா? கேமரா மூஞ்சி போல ரத்தம் தான். சரியான ஃபைட் தான். மூஞ்சே இருக்கக்கூடாது அவனுக்கு இன்னைக்கு. இந்த மாதிரி குத்து 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 குத்து. செத்து நாஸ்தி ஆயிட்டுக்கிறான். சட்னிக்கு டேஸ்ட் அமுன்னு தெரியல. குரூசம் அடிங்கிறது. என்னடா எனக்கு இது வெறி கொண்டு வச்சிருக்கானா? எவ்வளோ தாமிக்கிறது தெரியல. நானும் அமுக்கினேங்கிறேன். அமுக்கினேக்கிறேன் நானும். நகா நகா நாட்டி கைன்னு வந்துருமோ? ஒருவேளை எவ்வளோ கோவம் போதோ இதில் காட்டுக்கு வந்து அனுப்பிச்சுக்கிறாங்க. இல்லை லாக்கி கழிச்சா குத்துன்னு குத்தினேங்கிறான். கை நோக்கிச்சு. லாக்கி காய்ச்சா? ஓகே, அவ்வளோதான். செத்தான். குத்துன்னு குத்திட்டான். அடி நச்சுங்கிறானுங்க.
You have done well, Kratos. Freed from the bondage of Olympus and cleansed in chaos, mankind is now ready to hear my message.
Look around you, Athena. The world stands in ruin. What good is your message?
Go if you must. But first, I insist you give me the power from inside the box.
The box
was empty.
That can't be true. I can see it in your eyes. You used my power to kill Zeus. You still have it as we speak. Don't you understand? When Zeus gathered all the evils and placed them in the box, I dreaded what would happen if it was opened again. And so, I summoned the most powerful weapon in the world, and I placed it in the box.
Athena தான் பண்ணிக்கிறா.
I told you, it was empty.
Pandora was sacrificed in the rain.
She died
Because of my need of vengeance.
You must be mistaken. You used my power to kill Zeus. I saw you do it. Unless... Of course. When you opened the box, you released the evils to the gods. Infected them. Changed them. Zeus himself fell prey to the dark evils. This is why he became so enraged and obsessed with your death. He was consumed by the evil, fear. I thought the power I placed in the box was never released. All these years I assumed you drew from the evils inside to destroy Ares. But I was wrong. The power you took from the box is mine. From it, you gained the strength that Zeus could never destroy. A strength great enough to overcome fear. Locked deep inside of you, Kratos, is hope.
Hope the power.
It has remained buried, trapped by your guilt and the failures of your past. When you killed Zeus, you must have allowed something to awaken it. What was it, Kratos?
Hope is what makes us strong.
Hope.
It is why we are here. It is what we fight with when all else is lost.
What was it, Kratos?
All I remember is what I have lost.
That is why you should give me the power. I understand its true meaning and where it belongs. I trust you to do the right thing, Kratos.
You shouldn't.
You owe me this, Kratos.
I owe you nothing.
I made you a god. I sheltered you from the wrath of Olympus. I delivered you revenge on Zeus.
It is over, Athena.
You would dare strike me down? Again?
My vengeance ends now.
You can't!
அத்தினா பொட்டா போறேன். இதனால தான் இவ்வளோ பிரச்சனை வந்தது. சாவு அத்தினா. ஐயோ அவனை குத்திக்கிறானா?
You fool! What have you done? No!
எல்லாருக்கும் ஹோப் போயிடுது. அவங்ககிட்ட இருக்கிற பவர் எல்லாம் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் ஆகிடுது காசு.
That was meant for me! They will not know what to do with it! You disappoint me, Spartan.
ஓட்ட தெரியுதா அப்படியே? ஐயோ அவ்வளோதான். கிரேட்டாஸ்க்கு ஓட்ட போட்டு போயிட்டாங்க வயிற்றுல. அந்த பவரை வச்சு அவன் என்னென்னவோ பண்ணலாம். ஆனாலும் அவன் பாருங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும் கொடுத்துட்டான் அந்த பவரை. ஆனால் அது அவங்ககிட்ட இருந்தான் ஹோப். முடிச்சு அவ்வளோதானா? GG guys, God of War 3 series completed. தான் வரப்போகுது. காப்பரேட்ஸ் வராதுன்னு தான் நினைக்கிறேன். பார்க்கலாம். Written by additional writers by studios, senior director, product development, academic vice president. இவங்கெல்லாம் இதில் ஒர்க் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் ஸ்டோரி வைஸ் நல்லா சூப்பராக இருக்குது. இதை ரீமேக் கூட பண்ணலாம் திருப்பியும் கேமு. இது ரீமாஸ்டர்டு. ஆனால் இதே எடுத்து இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா பண்ணலாம். வாய்ஸ் மூவர் வாய்ஸ் ஓவர் இவங்கெல்லாம் வாய்ஸ் ஓவர் கொடுத்துக்குறோம் பேருங்க. ஸ்பெஷல் தேங்க் டு மியூசிக் டைரக்டர் சப்டுகுரு. Kratos. Oh, wow. எனக்கு முடிஞ்ச பிறகு என்ன வருதுன்னு தெரில, பார்க்கலாம். இருக்கும் த்ரீ மாடலிங். இவ்வளோ பேர் இருக்கிறாங்க பாருங்க. ஒரு கேமை டெவலப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இவ்வளோ பேர் கஷ்டப்பட வேண்டியதாகுது. எவ்வளோ நாள் வேலை செய்வாங்க. இது GTA 6 எல்லாம் ஒன்றும் பயங்கரம். என்னப்பா இது இவ்வளோ நேரம் பண்ணுறாங்க. டேய் போவே இடங்கடா. காப்பிரைட்ஸ் வராமல் இருந்தால் சரி. காப்பிரைட்ஸ் வராமல் இருந்தால் சரி. மியூசிக் ரொம்ப தூரம் போகுது. PlayStation Network. அப்படி முடிச்சிட்டாங்களா? இன்னும் இல்லையா? இன்னும் முடிக்கல. I would like to thank each and every individual of Sony Control Sony Control in Europe. யூரோப்பெல்லாம் கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 1000 பேர் ஒர்க் பண்ணிக்குவாங்க இல்லை இல்லை ஒரு 1000 இண்டிவிஜுவல் எதனா ஒரு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிக்கலாம் இதுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. Japan, Sony Computer Entertainment Worldwide Studio, Japan Studio. இவ்வளோ பேர் இருக்கிறாங்க இப்போ ஜப்பானில் வேலை செய்கிறவங்க. First party quality assurance Japan. Oh la 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 la. 2000 பேர் இருப்பாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஏஷியா கொரியன் அப்பாடி என்னாச்சு கிரேட்டாஸ்க்கு? ஓ சரங்கி போய் எங்கேயா கீழே விட்டுக்கிறாங்க. சோப்பை எல்லாருக்கும் கொடுத்துட்டான். கிரேட்டாஸ் எங்கேயோ கீழே போய் விட்டுக்கிறான். கத்தா கிளிம்ஸு மோஸ்ட்லி அவ்வளோதான் நினைக்கிறேன். இதுக்கு மேலே ஒன்றும் வராது. லாட்டின் அமெரிக்கா, மெக்சிகோ, பிரேசில், இதுக்கே எப்படின்னா இன்னும் GTA 6 காலம் எப்படி இருக்கும்? இவ்வளோ பேர் வர செஞ்சுக்குவாங்க. எல்லார் பேரும் போடணும் இல்லை. 10 வருஷமாக ஒரு கேம் பண்ணுறாங்க. சான்ஸே இல்லை. ஓகே ஆயிடுச்சு. அப்படியே முடிஞ்சிச்சுடா சாமி. Vengeance completed. Congratulations on defeating God of War 3. You have unlocked challenges, chaos mode, very hard, difficult mode. Nice.
We're over here at Leo's desk, and just, you want to say hi, Leo?
Hi, everybody.
Oh.
Tell us about the pink ball. Is that something that you decided to put in, that pink spike?
இங்க பாருங்க guys.
Well, yeah, I just decided to come with
Videos unlock பண்ணிக்கிறோம்.
pink yo-yo.
Back end videos இதெல்லாம்.
One cool thing about this character also is that he's actually kind of like a throwback character. We're bringing him back from God of War 1. He actually wasn't in God of War 2. Because we definitely want to keep reminding the player that this is a trilogy. It's like, it's not, they're not supposed to be seen as separate games. So what about animating Kratos? Like, what are some of the things that are kind of challenging?
He has a specific poses that describing him. He has a kind of like a language of poses. You have to use those
எப்படி பண்ணிக்கறான் பாருங்களேன்.
poses to
Nice.
some new animation. So
we're fortunate to have Leo here because he's joining us for God of War 3. He actually is a new member, one of the newest members of the team. So he's doing a great job.
One of the factors of animation is that you're kind of trying to make it invisible. The more successful we are, the less you really notice the animation.
The stuff we've got going on with our boss fights is going to look really impressive. It's another kind of key development for this game.
We're working a lot with the designers, like way more closely, creating new things with them.
There's a certain type of feeling that in animation we have to achieve. And the most important part, of course, is Kratos and how he moves. Kratos is very direct. We don't try to make him too fancy. If you notice, a lot of times when he's having conversations, he's just kind of standing there waiting for the moment where he needs to say something.
Everything that Kratos does happens for a reason. I don't know if many people even notice these things, but Kratos never moves backwards. He's an aggressive character. He moves with a purpose at all times.
We actually have wooden swords laying around all the time. We definitely get up and try to act it out. It's definitely always hazardous to walk around the animation area. You gotta watch out.
What are the challenges of animating something
Kronos.
big?
Planning out where
Kronos.
everything needs to be, like nothing happens on accident. You need to know where everything is. I did not know that it was going to be this big. I just had an idea and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go with it, which is kind of a bad idea. I learned my lesson. At the same time, I'm glad that it's the size that it is. The players will be happy that it's in there. I think they'll get an adrenaline rush just from seeing this sequence.
Kratos, your death will not be a gentle one.
இவன் தான் Zeus அவங்க அப்பா. Zeus அவங்க அப்பான்ற. Zeus ஆமா Zeus அவங்க அப்பா தான் நினைக்கிறேன். மாசா பண்ணிருந்தாங்கல்ல அனிமேஷன் என்னென்ன பண்ணாங்க கேமரா டிசைன்.
Camera design is the layout of cameras for the player's point of view in the game. So, and what we do is we basically control that player's point of view throughout the experience.
Cameras start with the design sheet being delivered to us by the designer. That's the most basic form. We put in all the cameras for the design sheet. Once the cameras are in,
2010 அந்த எரார்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Good concept when we go
10 வருஷம் 15 வருஷம் முன்னாடி இது.
to the art department.
That's where they'll take it and they'll spend, months sometimes making these areas look really epic, and then they'll get finished with it and then they'll hand it back to us. And a lot of times it's a little bit different, so we'll have to adjust some cameras.
So once the art comes back in and someone's spent a year building that level, they can be very touchy if they spent a year styling in this formation and my camera just goes right past it. We try to do our best to show off everyone's hard work.
And a lot of times there's a lot of cool things that you want to see in there that you can't see, so we'll go back and try to include those pieces in the shot that you get when you're playing the game. And from there, we play test it. This time externally, we get some people from the outside come in, take a look at what we're doing, making sure that that's great. After we get their feedback, implement their feedback, we're ready to go to the next area.
Anything we can do to make the cameras feel cinematic.
PS2 error
as a guide for the player to
lead them
What
in the
about three?
direction that they
Yunga
need to go as well.
the team
whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
the list பேர்கள்லாம் வந்துச்சுல்லையா அதனால இவங்க பேரெல்லாம்
after
இன்னும்
a while they get a feel that if the camera is looking this way, that's important.
In the very end, it always comes back down to what would the player want to see.
Most games in the action genre, the player gets most of the control over the camera. Player has no control over the camera in the God of War series.
Fans have been clamoring, and I hear you. We need to look around. We want to look around.
It should be understood that there's really no way we could make the levels look this good if the player could look anywhere they wanted.
What we're trying to do, though, at this time around, is give you key points where you're in the adventure and you can control the camera. So maybe you're in a crazy puzzle room and you need to be able to kind of look around. So in some of these areas, we can give the player control, but in a limited fashion. I hope the fans will appreciate that we're trying to implement their feedback.
What new feature do you like the best from the camera system?
The rail-driven cameras. I think that's been my favorite new feature as far as the technology that we have with the camera.
It's a rail-driven camera for someone who
rail-driven camera.
A camera that's animated along a course that we have even more control over what the camera is showing.
The rail is essentially what we kind of live and die by. Let's say this is your camera rail, this line here, and let's say this is the thing that's driving the camera. And imagine this is a section of a hallway or something like that Kratos is moving along. We can take this camera here and we can key it. So we key to two different positions. So Kratos is here, the camera is here. When he starts to move along, as Kratos moves along, it will drive the animation of the camera to animate to that position. So as you're cruising along, you'll kind of see it, this kind of view where it's low and looking up at him, and then as he moves along, it will kind of track him and follow him. That's like one of the
இந்த ஆங்கில பத்தி தான்
things that
பேசிங்கறாங்க
we have that we think we can add a lot
Kratos
of
mode
kind of
ஆகும்போது
cinematic
பின்னாடியே
views to the game.
அந்த இது போற மாதிரி combat
This is a
camera.
perfect example of combat cameras right here. Here we're in a room. There's nobody to fight yet, and you can see we're taking a lower angle here. And as we come here, we'll trigger the spawning of a bunch of guys, and you can see the camera is going to lift up so we can show more of the action. And the framing, we're going to fit Kratos more towards the middle so you can see what's happening in front of him and see what's happening behind him. Try to give you the best view as possible for all the different combat actions that you're going to be taking.
So this is an untextured view of the Olympus base. This is what the artist put together first before he assigned any lighting or textures to it. Well, you can see these green boxes. These are the camera zones. They determine when Kratos is within one of those boxes, and once he is, the specific camera tied to that box gets activated. This is what a level would look like after we've added our cameras. You've got it panning around, following Kratos. If you were to take that off, it would basically look something like this. Very basic, not much excitement. You can't really tell where the player's supposed to be going. Adding the cameras is part of what definitely helps the level design flow. Here's a good example of some lead space. We're trying to tell the player this is where you want to go. Jump to this block over here. Once he's done the proper move, we zoom in, get him prepped for this nice shot of him making the leap, and then we transfer to another camera that shows him where you want to jump next, which is from here all the way down to there. So, and then he makes that jump. This would be an example of one of the vista shots we try to do in the game, which is you've got some really amazing piece of scenery in the background that the artists spent a lot of time building. So we want to get that into frame.
பாத்தீங்களா இல்ல இத பத்தி தான் பேசினாங்க environment எவ்வளவு இது creating of Poseidon பார்க்கலாமா இது பாருங்க இது பார்த்துட்டு விட்டலாம் அந்த Poseidon to art
that's one of the best things about games right from the beginning. It's
just a creative process.
Yeah, it's fun.
What happened the original concept
2008 April 17
concept art for a Titan, a water Titan.
Can we bring it up on here? Yeah, that's fucking sweet. That's really fucking cool.
He's even got the tentacles. Whatever we come up with, it's like, hey, that would be cool if we could, and we just make it form out of water, whatever it might be.
A lot of talented people were sitting in that room figuring out, oh, this would be cool, this would be neat, throwing out all these ideas out, doing our best to trying to live up to the God of War 1 and 2
lead combat
standards,
design director
are insane.
It's like it has to be like almost
Nathan
like
Gray.
a shape that's like
Never.
scary.
I agree with that. When you pull the camera out, what do you see? And if it is like he's turned into like a huge squid and she's all tied up or something like that. But as you're like fucking flea size, and as you're running around, you see a big part of this.
Well, what do you think about maybe that whatever that thing is? It's a lot of different things.
It's everybody, you know, it's not just one person that comes to the table and has, okay, here's the perfect idea. It's everybody rifting together.
Just like the idea that
அதெல்லாம் பார்க்கறதுக்கே ஒரு மாதிரி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கா இருக்கு. எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்பட்டு படிக்குவாங்க.
You can see all his veins and stuff. And so that way you're actually hitting flesh.
Going off of sort of like Will's idea and a combination of the things that we talked about is his skin is basically like a jellyfish. On the inside of his body, he has all the bones. He has actually a bone structure. That way, we have a creature that looks like it has some meat to it, made out of the ocean.
So I think like going off of what you were talking about, where it's like maybe you've got like reef and seaweed and stuff like that. We could probably make it look like water's running through that stuff. I would hope that we at least all kind of get on the same page. At the end of the day, today,
எது பத்தி சொல்றானா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரிசைடன் கேம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு பிரிசைடனிஸ்ட் ஃபைட் பண்ணுவாங்க தண்ணியில ஃபைட் பண்ணுவோம். ஒரு குதிரை எல்லாம் வந்து 3 குதிரைங்க தண்ணியில ஃபைட் பண்ணுவாங்க. அதை பத்தி அதை எப்படி டிசைன் பண்ணாங்கன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க.
You're freaking out. I was like, you're probably freaking out right now because of the cinematics. But and then afterwards, guys, like, something's fucked up right now. I can't move. And then Kratos has to go out and find out what that thing is, and he runs into this one thing. It's like, what the fuck is this thing? And it's obviously connected to something else. And then he finds the other thing later on. And at the end, there's this big reveal, and it's like, and this is what this whole thing was.
Starting the first floor,
I think that's cool pacing, because there's always a question in the player's head while they're proceeding. It's like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is.
When they first approached me to work on Poseidon, they told me it's going to be the very first big boss fight. Poseidon, if you remember from God of War 2, he looks more like just like a human god form. But in this game, he jumps down from Olympus into the ocean, and then he emerges out as a big water creature. This is my first sketch I did for Poseidon after doing a bunch of research on exactly what Poseidon is, the god of the ocean, the god of horses. So I thought to incorporate this design of a creature, of him being made of water and the actual waves kind of looking like horses. And then this is another one along the same veins, having a lot of horses, so just kind of going wacky. Another sketch I did was this one where I incorporated multiple Poseidon's heads throughout the design, showing that he's in control of this water tentacle. They liked this design a lot with the multiple heads, and they also liked the very first sketch with him leading the horses. They liked this one the best, so they liked this for the overall direction. They saw this, they liked the feel of this, but they didn't like the direction of the octopus limbs because of previous bosses that we've had, like the Kraken. So this is just one of the limbs of the Poseidon creature, one of the arms. This one I incorporated the multiple faces, and then a lot of the crab legs. And then this is another one I did, and this one I wanted to kind of bring back because he's a god of horses to kind of capture some of that feel. So eventually they decided that instead of having 2 different arms, you're gonna just be fighting one arm. And they also like the idea of the horse. This is the final, the very end. You're gonna be opening up his chest and revealing like this membrane, jellyfish kind of membrane, where you stab and eventually kill one of his limbs. It's later going to be revealed to you that the whole time you've been only fighting one of his limbs right here. It's going to be a really cool, big moment in the game.
Turnarounds are looking pretty nice.
Today I'm going to be having an art review. We're getting to the completion of one of the Poseidon's limbs, so I'm working on the turnarounds now.
Get the animators up here and make sure that those limbs, the front limbs, are not too long for him. Like, he'd have to raise it up so high.
To get you right below, he'd have to be, like, basically have his arms way up like this and be going down like that, and that's probably going to look a little silly. Let's have Andy finish this up. But, Andy, can you save off a version of what you have right now so Adam can go over it with Bruno? And just keep on getting me up here to look at it. Cool. Thanks, man.
So we just had the review. They like the direction, and I think a lot of it because before this is the view they've always seen, but they've never seen the front view. So for them to be able to see the front view and to see how the shape, the silhouette actually makes a trident shape, they really like that idea. I just have to finish this up. I'll probably finish it up today, and it'll be given to the modelers from there.
First time I heard about Poseidon creature was 6 months or so ago, and I heard we're gonna have a few of these huge Titan battles. This was the initial concept that was given to us. Things have changed proportionally for it to work right on screen, but it generally has the same feel. I still have a lot of sculpting left on this guy. It's a lot of this is just like the first pass. So right now I have more just the overall feel of it. Here's Kratos. He's pretty small compared to this guy. So I brought him in here just so I could have an idea of how big he's going to be. So when it comes to details, how high res this character has to be so you can see him. He's tiny. I just want you guys to go over and check it out before I start
Number
making
6
all the
2008
rocks
Poseidon character
for his face,
modeling
you know?
review.
So
yeah, I think it's good. Can we make sure that we're getting like some of this smaller detail like spread out over him as well?
Okay.
Can I see the scales on the back?
Oh yeah.
It's really fucking cool.
Poseidon looks to be challenging for every department because it's so complicated. When I first saw the concept, really, I kind of looked at it and was like, what the hell are you guys doing? But that's pretty much what I say every time I see one of these crazy concepts anyway. You just go to your desk and beat your head against the table and figure out how the hell you're going to pull it off.
Poseidon definitely falls into that class of one of those kind of surprises that I know is coming down the pipe. A lot of water, and that's kind of one of my worries because making good water is hard.
We have to start off God of War 3 with a bang, and that's
Zeus for
Poseidon. And Poseidon's going to be a water creature, so we have to make water look good on that character. I started doing some research on how we can make a character feel as if he's basically a waterfall, if there's water running down him. And I spent a couple hours and I've put together the model that's behind me on the screen here. We basically want to try to prove the technology that we can make a model look like it has water running down it. So we don't have the Poseidon model built yet, but we have Zeus. Poseidon is Zeus's brother. They'll probably have similar type proportions. So he was a good test. And this is a shader that I
Poseidon
put
is
together.
Zeus's
It's
brother.
pretty crazy with all these different connections. There's several different normal maps that are scrolling on top of each other. This probably took me 3 hours to set up the shader on top of an existing model. So where I want to take this now is I'm going to give it to the effects department and I want to see like chunkier spraying water kind of coming down off of him. And then basically any area where water hits the surface, we just want to get little particles coming off to, just give this thing more of a volume, more water volume.
When I started on it, we had already established what Poseidon was going to look like, what the creatures that you were going to be fighting was going to look like, what Gaia was going to look like. We had the
PlayStation
Gaia model.
employee.
The Poseidon creature model was still in the process of being built. One of the quick things that's very surprising to the player, I guess, will be that right there is how big Kratos is, and that's Gaia. And this will be the initial fight combat tutorial. At that point, Gaia will change her animation and she'll start climbing on the mountain differently to allow the player to be able to walk down her arm. And the Poseidon intro will happen. The player will continue along after that. She'll be in a different pose. He'll walk over here, he'll do just a little jump, come down here, fight some more enemies, and then he'll walk up to here. And this is where the Poseidon horse creature encounter happens. So this is the first thing the player will see when he loads up the game. We're trying to frame her hand and show that she's climbing up Mount Olympus, which is just roughed out right here. And then we also want to find a way of getting her head in the shot and having her head bob around and sway. After the player works his way down Gaia, this will be the first big encounter that he experiences. The Poseidon creature will burst out, knock Gaia's hand back. He'll have to fight it. We're concerned with the player experiencing this new creature that he has no clue as to what it is. And the first thing he's doing is fighting it in a way that he doesn't feel comfortable. This is the first Poseidon creature encounter, and this right here is the first CS move kill for it, where he snaps its jaw. And at this point, the creature pulls away through Gaia's arm. Kratos attaches to him, and then as the creature's falling, he jumps off. He'll transition onto Mount Olympus.
The Poseidon encounter is very much like you're riding the Colossus from God of War 2, and you're fighting the Hydras.
on top of the Colossus. It's kind of incorporating all of those
God of
elements
War
that
2
worked
guys.
really well
God of
in
War 2
previous
ஆடலாம்.
God of Wars, but also
God of
raising
War
the
2
bar
ஆடலாம்.
because it's even more epic than could ever withstand before.
God of War 2
This is what
சரியான
was
game.
delivered, the thing you encounter within 5 minutes of starting the game. This is essentially a rough version of the model. It's a pretty good start. It's got all the features like this stretchy tail, which is pretty cool. Even has stretchy neck, which lets me do some crazy stuff with it. Since this creature is supposed to be made essentially out of water, he needs to be fluid and flexible. Then he's got this trident section back here. He uses that to maybe discharge lightning at the player or, you know, do something very Poseidon-esque. This is the scene with Gaia and the tentacle creature and Kratos. And you may ask, where is Kratos? Well, he's in here somewhere. He's this little tiny dude right here. There's Kratos. I see him. So you can imagine trying to get the camera in here in the right place is kind of a challenging task. Plus, the floor is Gaia, and Gaia's moving around, so adds a lot of complexity just to the elements of trying to get everybody lined up. You encounter this beast multiple times, so you fight him first and you wound him and he retracts away and escapes, and then you come back and then he's on another point in Gaia, and then finally you realize that wasn't even the monster, that was just a small piece of the monster. And you get up to Gaia's head, and that's where you encounter the full force of Poseidon. This is the actual Poseidon creature. This is Gaia's head here you're standing on. This thing has 10 arms and legs, kind of, and then it's got 3 prongs on its back. It's also got well over 20 controls just in its spine. There's a lot of stuff going on.
He's busy, but that was my first initial impression was there's a lot going on with Poseidon. The more I think about him, the more epic and grand, why not? I mean, that's kind of like a God of War boss will be, especially when you're dealing with pieces of him as you go through, and then when you come to the very end, being able to see the full glory of him and just realizing, wow, that's just a little piece of him here, and that's just a little piece of him here, and getting to the end and going, wow, he's huge. And that should be pretty epic, being little Kratos on Gaia, a Titan, versus Poseidon, a god, and they're both huge, and you're just this little guy in the middle of it that's really going to change or determine who's going to win that outcome.
Michael and I have been working on the Poseidon boss battle for a couple months now, and we've been working through the progressions for the whole fight, working with Justin as well on the level design side. We're trying to get the whole layout so we have a bare bones skeleton of how things progress. It goes back and forth to have an interesting pace to the beginning of the game. We're in the first encounter of the Poseidon boss fight. We've already seen the creature come out. Poseidon boss battle is definitely something we haven't done before. There is concern, but I wouldn't be happy if we weren't concerned. There's no challenge there. And what we want to do is make something that really surprises people and really gets people excited about the game. This is the initial CS move, the first CS move you do in God of War 3. Kratos is going to wrap his chains around the bottom jaw of the Poseidon creature, and then eventually rip the jaw off completely.
It's better than over here, which was the initial placement.
2006 ல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணாங்க 2008 ஆயிடுச்சு 2009
Initially we had encounter 2. The creature was coming directly out of the center of Gaia, and you see 2 gigantic mountains and the creature right in the middle of Boop Valley. Everybody giggles when they saw that. So
that wasn't what we were going for.
Not at this portion of the game. We're not looking for laughs. We have the creature now coming out of Gaia's neck, and Michael came up with the idea of one of the trident pieces on the back of the creature is actually piercing through her jaw and coming out of her mouth. So she really looks like she's in peril and she's getting destroyed by this creature. From the get-go, I came up with the idea of doing the first-person kill and giving a new perspective on Kratos' kill sequences, and Michael took the idea and ran with it.
When you defeat Poseidon as his horrible watery self, you corner him down here in his humanoid form, and that's when you have to kill him off.
Immediately, everybody was just like sold once they saw it in game.
Yeah. There was a lot of skeptics too, as far as people come up to me, and I'm sure Adam too, and what are you doing? And then actually seeing it in a game, then everybody comes over and it's just like, all right, it worked.
He's not so good at making friends, but he's good at killing people.
This boss battle has to end with a big finisher. And our final kill is where we're testing out these new CS moves of first-person kills. So minigame inputs right now are in a third-person camera,
And then when you succeed, you get to see the impact of Kratos' attacks and see how Poseidon feels as he's getting completely torn up. He just screams really loud and then bites his ear. It's more of a nibble than a bite.
So last time we checked him out, it was just the grayscale
finalizing model
ZBrush version, and I believe the low poly version as well. So since then, we've messed with water technology stuff, trying to make it look more like water's flowing through him. Help from like our art director Ken and other people trying to make the water look good. Generally though, water's pretty hard to do. It's just a combination of normal maps that scroll, like we take UVs and have them scroll, as well as parallax maps, which add the distortion, which makes it feel like it's a little deeper. After we do all the fights, get it designed, and see what you really see and what you really don't, and then we might have to adjust stuff from there, you know.
Poseidon is doing well right now. We've been working on it for I don't know how many months, but where we are right now is every part of the boss fight and every part of the level has a first pass right now. It's in, it's functioning. I could hand you a controller and you can play through it. Tuning-wise, it might be too hard. The animations might be placeholder, but it's there. And we have people internally play testing it. So there's people who around here picked up the controller, played it, and been like, oh, wow, this sucks, or this is awesome. And then we keep tuning it and playing around with it to that.
We have meetings every week now, so we constantly see how much there is to do, and I mean it's close as far as gameplay wise. It's all there, but doing stuff on the Titans is proven to be very challenging. So things that would usually take 5 minutes take 2 hours. All things considered, all the crazy shit we're doing in there, we've had to make hardly any, if any, concessions, which is pretty amazing because the scope of this thing is just huge.
This is when we finally get the reveal of Poseidon in his big, giant, epic form. So you find out that these creatures you're fighting are just part of this one, basically the ocean pulled up to Mount Olympus. Oh, Poseidon's broken.
There you go. That's how you know it's in development.
In development. And the water's supposed to be moving here and all that.
He's got no arms.
He's got no arms. You know, we have to polish this. We have to make this robust and bug-free, which that's the really scary part. But it's getting there.
When we first saw Poseidon, we were visiting the studio in Santa Monica and working with Stig, and it just blew us away that the whole screen was filled with this boss. I don't think there's ever been a boss as big as this boss. We're actually right in the midst of scoring it with Mike Regan, and it's going to be huge. We're going to pull out all the stops, 20 brass players, 53 string players, massive amounts of percussion. So we're really going to try to create a kind of a cinematic unfolding experience for that whole first gigantic boss fight.
I hope that they're just blown away by just something they'd never seen before in a game, and to me that's my ultimate goal when I'm making games. Is like hopefully to make something that people haven't experienced, and that makes your game really stick out.
The moment that I really got to play through that Poseidon level at the beginning of the game, and you remember how excited I was, like really kind of like when we first got the assets together and like we could sit down and play the things. And you could see, like, with the polish and everything, how amazing it was going to be. And that's it for me right there.
You disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
Nice. Challenges. Challenge of exile. And get stoned, knockout, score 100 points by knocking enemies out. Oh, idala idu challenges. Okay, fully simply smashing. Challenge of exile. Kill 15 crows before the time runs out. Hitting the ground will restart account. Switching blades. Kill enemies before times run out. Your weapon will be switched every second, 30 seconds. Nice. Pandora on fire. Don't let Pandora pinch hit the floor. Kill the enemies with her. Okay. இதெல்லாம் இது guys, challenges. ஒரு ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம் challenges கூட. ஓகே. நைஸ். வீடியோலாம் பார்த்தோம், எப்படி மேக் பண்ணாங்கன்னு பார்த்தோம். எல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு வந்தோம். ஓகே. லைவ் ஆன் பண்ணிக்கலாம் கைஸ். இப்போது இன்ட்ரோ பேஜ் போகலாம். ஆல்ரைட், இன்னைக்கு காட் ஆஃப் வாரை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணியாச்சு. ஸோ எஸ், ஜூஸ் டிஃபீட் பண்ணி காட் ஆஃப் வெல்கம் ரிமாஸ்டர்டை முடிச்சாச்சு. ஸோ சின்ன சின்ன டிஎல்சி நல்லா இருக்குது, சின்ன சின்ன சேலஞ்சஸ் கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்குது. அதெல்லாம் வேணால் நீங்கள் ட்ரை பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். நான் ட்ரை பண்ணலாம், ஆனாலும் வேறு வேறு கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்குது இல்லையா, அது மேலே கொஞ்சம் இது பண்ணலான்ட்டு. ஸோ எஸ், இது வரைக்கும் யாருன்னா பார்த்துன்னு இருந்தீங்க, ஒரு லைக், ஒரு சப்ஸ்கிரைப், உங்கள் சப்போர்ட்டை கொடுங்க, சேனல் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுங்க, ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்க. நீங்கள் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். என்னால் இதே மாதிரி இன்னும் எனர்ஜெட்டிக்காக, இன்னும் எந்தூவாக நல்ல கேம்ஸ் ஆட முடியும். இன்னும் அந்த ஃபுல் எனர்ஜி வரும் நீங்கள் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா எனக்கு. ஸோ இப்போவும் எனர்ஜி இருக்குது, நானும் ட்ரை பண்ணிங்கிற எல்லாமே ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ நீங்கள் இன்னும் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். உங்கள் சப்போர்ட் இல்லாமல் ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. அதுதான். ஓகே, இது வரைக்கும் காட் ஆஃப் வார் பார்த்தீங்க, உங்களுக்கு என்ன தோணுச்சு, யாருன்னா பார்த்துருந்தீங்கன்னா என்ன தோணுச்சுன்னு கமெண்ட்டில் லீவ் பண்ணுங்க. ஸோ ஆல்ரைட், இதே மாதிரி வேறு என்ன கேம் ஆனா கூட நீங்கள் கமெண்ட்ஸில் லீவ் பண்ணலாம். அண்ட் நாளைக்கு லைவில் ஒரு நாளைக்கு லேட் நைட் லைவ் வரலான்னு பார்த்துக்கிறேன், அதை ரோடு ஹெட் ஆடுறதுக்கு. சரி, பார்க்கலாம் எப்படி இருக்குதுன்னு. டைம் தெரில, ஆனால் பார்க்குறேன், கண்டிப்பாக வந்தே வருவேன் லைவு. ஸோ எஸ், தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் வாட்சிங் டில் நவுட் கைஸ். யாருன்னா பார்த்துருந்தீங்கன்னா ப்ளீஸ் டூ சப்போர்ட். ஆல்ரைட், லைவ் எண்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ ஒரு டாட்டா பாய் சொல்லிட்டு, அண்ட் எஸ், see you guys. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching PEEKABOOGAMERS. It's your boy KP. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.